only on. So,
We are.
Alright, so welcome back to Northern Nerd Network. My name is and on today's edition, we have none other than Chelsea, who's actually sitting with us, which is very exciting.
Hi guys, I'm here.
This doesn't happen ever. She's
Living in Edmonton, I still got my pajamas on the couch and but I'm here for it. And I was like, well, why don't I just sit right next to you? And like,
So we are so excited to have Chelsea live. And we also have on the Nerdcast tonight, we have
The jams.
Can you say hi, Mike?
Hello.
hi.
Oh, hello.
yeah,
So we-
Sorry, the music kind of obliterated all the audio there for a bit.
Okay. Well, we have on our show today, we have Press Start to Join, which is, we have Michael
Hi.
and Josh
Hello.
and Alan.
Hello.
So, like we said, Chelsea's in the studio tonight, and that's it. So I'm going to start off by asking everybody how their week was, because I'm really kind of curious on what you guys were up to this week. So we'll start with Alan today. Alan, how was your week?
It was pretty good. Tons of Daredevil, obviously. That came out on Netflix.
yes.
So, almost done the season. Managed to finish up reading some books, started some more books. Just started reading the Dark Tower series for the first time. So it's interesting so far. It's very different. And playing Stardew Valley. That came out recently. Playing that, and a bit of Borderlands 2.
Awesome. Okay, so how about Josh? How was your week?
Good. I've also been playing a lot of Stardew Valley. Probably more than Alan, though.
Oh,
a
definitely.
problem.
Yeah, you do.
I published a review for Twilight Princess HD on our website yesterday, and I'm playing and writing one for Pokken Tournament.
Ooh, doing a little bit of writing.
Yeah, it's unusual for me, but I'm getting the hang of it.
Mm-hmm.
And Michael, how was your week?
Not too shabby, I guess. I mean, I turned 28 last
Oh
month.
yeah, that.
It's been.
Happy belated birthday.
Yes.
Thank you. My week's been Daredevil jam-packed, and I've been crafting away on a couple of battle rifles, playing some Halo. I don't know.
Nice.
Not too much, really.
Pretty standard week. And Chelsea,
Yeah.
how was your week?
My week's been great. I work at a school and the kids are on spring break. So I had the week off and I started taking some circus classes, so we were into the second or third week of that. So I had my circus classes, and then because it's spring break, I was like, hey, you know what I need to do? I need to go to Edmonton and visit some of my friends. So on Friday, I hopped in my car and drove from Vancouver to Edmonton and got to see you and Trina and our friends Wendy and Ryan and other friends of mine, Joel and Bree, and now I'm back to do the Nerdcast, which is the most awesome way to spend a Monday night. And yeah, then I'm going to hop in my car and drive back to Vancouver tomorrow and then have some more circus classes during the week. So yeah, and then maybe cook Easter dinner next weekend.
Great class and circus class that day, isn't it?
Yeah, actually, I have circus class on Tuesday night, so I'm going to leave super early so I can go back so I don't miss it. So, yeah. Woohoo!
That's going to be awesome. Well, for myself, anyways, this week was just absolutely packed. It's like from Friday all the way up, all the way through. Insane. But Saturday, my kids went to a birthday party. Marcus, one of our loyal fans of the show,
And followers and fellow players in our Star Wars role-playing game
yes.
that we have just started.
He had his little boy Titus had a birthday, and so we took my kids over there to go to his birthday party. And during the birthday party, they had this one part where they did they took some dice, these very familiar dice to us. They're the Star Wars RPG dice. Let the kids
That's
roll
awesome.
them, and then kind of figured out who got to open whose present first.
Nice.
So at one point during the rolls, one little girl got 2 triumphs during her roll,
Nice.
and it was so funny. She's like, "Oh yeah, just whatever, right?"
No
She
big
doesn't have
deal.
no idea. But Titus, the boy's birthday, he's like, "That's awesome! You got 2 triumphs. That triggers an awesome thing for you."
Start them young. Get them while they're little.
Yes, it was pretty awesome. It was pretty epic. It was an epic birthday party. The birthday cake was also pretty awesome, I have to admit. Marcus did a lot of decorating because his wife was kind of sick for the last few days, so he just kind of slapped some icing on top of the 2 cakes that he had, and then threw a bunch of Lego on top of it. I mean,
Awesome.
Yes.
it was pretty awesome. And then past that, we had an Easter dinner on Saturday, for the rest of the day, and then we pushed right into the night where we had a board game night.
Yes, we did. With our aforementioned friends, Wendy
Yes.
and Ryan. Ryan, who is also in our Star Wars role-playing group.
Yes.
But we played, you introduced me to, I've heard you speak of, and I finally got to play it with you, which was really exciting. Dead of Winter,
Yes.
which was super fun and so friggin' hard.
It was a brutal game.
One of my 2 characters, I think, died within the second round of turns. It was brutal. Yeah.
Yeah. It left us pretty devastated right
Yeah.
at the beginning.
And even we were playing with kind of fudged rules where things that we thought we could do, we read in the rules afterwards, we actually couldn't, and it was significantly helpful, and it turned out stuff we couldn't do, and we still couldn't win. We still couldn't beat the game.
Yeah. We also had a traitor in there too as well,
Yeah, that's true.
who messed us up really bad right
Off the start.
right off the hop. And-
She played it so well too.
yeah.
Who would ever suspect Wendy? Nobody.
Yeah. So it was
Lots of fun.
it was a lot of fun.
Awesome.
Sweet.
We have Edmonton Nerd List tuning in tonight. Just FYI.
Mhm.
Hello, Kelly. It's good to have you watching. Anyways, that was pretty much we've had I did a bunch of other little things on the weekend as well. Like Sunday, I had a bunch of things I wanted to do, but nothing really fun. It was
Mhm.
It's been just a crazy week.
Super busy.
Yeah, I haven't really had a whole lot of time to breathe. Oh, yes, my sister-in-law, Pam, just had a little baby.
Yes, that's right.
So I got to go see the little newborn on Sunday. That was the other thing I got to do. It was always nice to go see little babies. Babies are fun.
Mm-hmm.
The miracles of modern medicine
And babies.
and babies.
Babies are always fun.
But speaking of other miracles of modern medicine, let's roll right on into the first news item.
10 points.
Cool.
Segues in first. So yes, our first news item that we have this evening is actually a really cool invention. And I'm not being hyperbolic when I say miracles of modern medicine. So this company has invented a bandage that can stop uncontrollable bleeding, like big severe bleeds, both external and internal. The first shot of the video that we have up on the link that we've posted shows the elapsed time of 12 seconds that it can stop major bleeding.
Wow.
So they're a little on the pricier side. A section of bandage is $10, but based on the cost of having a surgeon go in to open you up and suture you back together,
Mm-hmm.
and especially in emergency situations, right? I'm thinking of car crashes and stuff like that. If you can clot a bleed and save that time to get somebody to the hospital. That's amazing.
Yeah,
So, yeah.
absolutely. Plus, you're saving a bunch from transfusions and stuff too.
Yeah,
Yep.
exactly.
Reminds me a
So
lot of like biofoam from Halo.
yeah, a little bit. Yeah. But yeah, they say in the video, they talk about how there's not actually any sort of active ingredients or compounds. It's just the structure of the bandage itself.
Oh man.
Almost becomes like a super clot. It, on contact with the blood, it coagulates it really quickly and turns it almost into like a gel-like substance. So it like increases the clotting factor, I guess, is the idea behind the bandage, which is really cool.
That is absolutely amazing, and I love how Michael went straight to the Halo reference.
Yes.
That's what we look for on the show. I mean, really.
Real life applications in comparison to video games.
Yes, we just
Always.
need to be able to inject it. And we'll be good.
Hypo spray.
Yeah. Now all we need is some stim packs from Fallout. And we're good to go.
Yes.
Got you right up.
Well, I mean, now we've moved on to the realm of video games. We have, I think, last week or the week before, we had some news about Microsoft talking about features and upgrades that it was looking to do for future iterations of the Xbox One, being able to share across platforms and stuff like that. So not to be outdone, Sony has announced its future plans for the PS4. I guess the newest iteration that they have in the works, they are now dubbing the PS 4.5. And
Well,
it's sort of
kind of announced. I mean, it's like a leak of a rumor.
it's rumored, but I mean, in the nature of console competition, you know, what one does, it's likely that the other will follow suit and do their own version of. And so the information that's sort of coming out in this rumor is very similar to sort of things that Microsoft was announcing earlier.
So I'm kind of curious on what your guys' thoughts on all this is. Like,
Yes, as gamers, your thoughts on.
I don't think it's very unusual. The Xbox 360 did it when they got the slim one. It's sort of a natural progression. They can't call it a complete upgrade.
Yeah, but here's the thing: they're not talking about making a slimmer, or they're actually thinking about upping the ante on these consoles now.
But keeping it a PS4.
No, it'll stay the hardware, or not the hardware, but the software will stay the same, but the hardware will increase.
Yeah,
that'll cause problems with compatibility with new games coming out. It'll be the 3DS all over again. Do you have the new 3DS or the old 3DS that was new a month ago?
And the news article that we posted, they pose those questions at the very end of the article. That's the first place a lot of people's minds jump is, will old games be compatible to the new hardware, etc., and all of that. And I think in this day and age with the capability, I think it's then you fall into the realm of it just feels like it becomes a money grab if they're not backward compatible like that.
Yeah.
Well, I'm a little leery of hardware upgrades, especially to consoles. I mean, it's not like a PC, right? With a PC, it runs on a basic Core OS, but things like consoles, which are self-contained little units, 90% of the time. I mean, this isn't like an expansion pack with an N64 where you're just slotting something into the front of it, and all of a sudden you get better performance out of some of the games, and newer games have higher graphic fidelity and better quality to them. Like, I don't know how it's going to work with something as big as an Xbox One or a PS4. It's kind of concerning to me personally a little bit, but if they can get it in there and...
That's the question. Like I'm assuming that Microsoft has a path to allow this to happen. And I mean, my phone iterates every year. I mean, every little piece of technology that we own iterates every single year. It constantly cycles. And what says the PS4 or any kind of console can't do the exact same thing?
Well, and I'm kind of curious if it's going to link into the PlayStation VR with that extra box that you have to plug in to get more outputs for your video. If they could somehow rework that to add the resolution that they're talking about, like with the 4.5, they mentioned 4K resolution. And
yeah, well,
I'm
that's the
curious
other thing. Like they need a little bit more horsepower to push the VR in those systems, right? So it's not outside the realm of possibility right now. And the way that the market looks, it might be the wave of the future that we're looking at right now.
Yeah. Although, I mean, it's not unprecedented. I mean, the way new code and new software is being written, the quality and caliber and output of the games being created, it's not surprising that hardware updates are, where they're going to have more actual powerful insides to be able to handle the code that's being written for the new games that are being produced.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It'll be interesting to see what happens over the next little while, and I'm sure that we're going to get some more information as E3 approaches, that's for sure.
Yeah,
definitely.
Well, from amazing technology to bring us entertainment to amazing technology that will bring us food to stick in our face holes while we are gaming away like crazy. Domino's in Australia has made and put into service and trained using GPS to navigate a specific neighborhood in one Australian city. Drew, the Domino's robotic unit, which is a self-contained delivery vehicle for Domino's. So Drew will come, you'll order your pizza, and Drew will drive up to your front door and deliver it to you.
It's pretty slick.
Mm-hmm.
I want one. It looks like that little, what was that little robot that used to walk around with the little tray? You remember that one? And he would bump into the wall, and then he would turn around.
Oh, isn't that Sony one, Asimo or something?
Oh yeah, I can't remember what it was called. Maybe it was.
The design of it, the white body with the black face with the white eyes, actually reminds me of Eva from WALL-E.
Mm-hmm.
It does.
With wheels. It's like if Eva and WALL-E had a baby. Actually, that's what Drew looks
exactly
like.
That's
exactly what Drew looks like. It's Eva and WALL-E's baby. There we go.
Yes.
And this should also.
Sorry, I think this is amazing looking. I think this is great. I want one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Tony Stark thing, civilian applications, military funding. I like that it started.
Well, this is the thing. Actually, I believe the design came from military tech from a robotics company, Marathon Robotics in Australia, that have sort of military contracts with the Australian military. So I believe the original design and schematics and CAD and all that kind of stuff came from a military prototype that this robotics company had a hand in potentially pitching.
Makes sense.
Hopefully makes it more resistant to vandalism. I assume it's covered in cameras. But if free pizza's rolling through your neighborhood and you're really hungry, that might be a dangerous prospect.
Apparently it has a pin code on it.
I'd like to know how fast it can travel, right? Like, if this little thing is boogieing, could somebody on foot actually catch up to it to, bust it open and, a pizza pinata on wheels?
I'm assuming it's got some kind of warmers and stuff as well inside there.
Yeah, it looks like it's got a pop-up compartment that's, a cool on top if you've got beverages, and then I assume the bottom is, heated.
Pizza laid right on the motherboard.
The best heat sink they could design.
I'm wondering too about what this would mean for self-navigating cars or other things on the road. How is this navigating around other vehicles?
It
looks like it takes the sidewalk.
Yeah, it looks like it's small enough that they have it on the sidewalk. Although, details like that would be interesting to know. It's top speed, whether it goes on the road or the sidewalk, that kind of stuff.
Or navigating around pedestrians.
The video has it cutting through a park. So,
that could be dangerous.
Added shortcuts to it and stuff.
Huh.
Well, and the capability, I guess, then to cross other terrain. It's not just confined to pavement.
Mm-hmm.
It'll just take whatever is the fastest way to get there. It has no rules. There's nobody in there. It doesn't care.
You just fashion.
Robots don't care.
Fashion a pizza delivery trap out of a treadmill and just sit there brute forcing the pin number.
Yes.
Hope it's not like an iPhone's. After so many wrong tries, it just incinerates your pizza.
That's awesome. All right. What's next?
Well, once Drew gets you loaded up on pizza and you've had a good meal and you're nice and full, you'll be all set to go watch Captain America Civil War. Apparently the running time is listed at almost 2.5 hours.
Jeez.
And in our last news item, the directors have just revealed that there could be as many as 3 post-credit scenes. So you're going to be in the theater a while.
I'm excited.
So the questions now, I guess all of the speculation now that they've said, there'll definitely be 1, most likely 2, potentially 3.
Wow.
And the question becomes, what sort of gateways and portals are they going to be opening up in these cutscenes? What are they going to be showcasing? So are they going to go back to Thanos, or is it going to be, I mean, at one point we had, at the end of it, where did we see Howard the Duck? Which one had Howard the Duck?
Guardians of the Galaxy.
Right. So is it going to be another one for Guardians of the Galaxy 2? Is it going to be more Howard the Duck? Is it going to be, is it going to be an intro for Doctor Strange?
I'm pretty sure
Who's it gonna
Howard
be?
was a
What's it gonna
one-shot
be?
deal.
Right.
Like, he was just a joke.
Howard?
I don't know.
Howard is never a joke.
I think it would be amazing if they actually rebooted Howard the Duck.
Don't joke about Howard.
I'm shocked they did Rocket Raccoon. I'm looking forward to Beta Ray Bill, but Quack Fu is never going to happen.
It'll happen. I believe deep down inside my soul.
So it's going to be 2 hours long.
2.5 hours. 2 hours and 26 minutes is the current running time.
Hopefully they release
at this point, I think it's in the can. They're not doing any more editing, so that's what it's clocking in at.
So you go and you order your popcorn, your candy, your large drink, your empty cup. Sit down, strap in.
Yeah, that's gonna be a long movie. But I'm like, out of all the movies, I think this is one of the most excited. I'm most excited for. What's it called? Batman v Superman is coming out next week?
Next
this week.
This weekend.
Is it?
Yeah.
Oh, already?
This
The
weekend.
25th. This weekend.
I know.
End of this week.
So, I'm not 100% sold on that one yet.
Yeah,
will
Batfleck
go-
looks interesting.
I will go and see it.
I will go see it because I have to go see it.
I'm very leery. I mean,
I can't not go see it, but
10 Cloverfield Lane, you can go see that. It'll be dead by next weekend.
it was pretty good. I saw it last week, the week before.
Yeah, unexpected.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh well, yeah, but yeah, Captain America, I'm all for that one. Ready
I'm
to
so
go.
pumped for Civil War. I'm
Yeah.
so
Civil War.
excited.
I love the comics. Like, I love the
It's
whole.
a great storyline.
Yeah.
Oh, it's so good.
Oh.
And it really pushed things with that Thor clone actually just like straight up killing a guy.
Yeah.
I didn't see that.
There was so many things
Spoilers.
like there was a Spider-Man reveal during that. I mean, there were so many cool moments during Civil War.
Yeah, the trailer that they've got out, the second trailer that they've just released, which I believe is linked in the news article that we're talking about right now, has the Spider-Man reveal in it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no, like during the comics, Spider-Man actually reveals himself.
Yeah, he unmasks himself.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how the CGIs work and how they go over compared to what people's reaction was for the Deadpool CGIs.
Yeah, I still love Deadpool.
Oh yeah, Deadpool was awesome, but I thought it was after some backlash they toned down how much the eyes moved with CG. And then watching the trailer, Spider-Man's just all over the map.
Mm-hmm.
Well, like you can see how these are like robotic ones. Like,
Yeah, they have an iris lens inside of the mask, so it's capable of telescoping.
Which makes sense. I mean, that harkens back to Peter Parker's supposed to be an engineering genius, so I appreciate that little nod.
Yeah, and on top of it, like it just looks like you can actually see his emotion, and it's a comic book movie. Like, Captain America, he's got a big giant A on his forehead. Like, come on. Like, there's so many things that are now we're into comic book movies. We don't need the realism thing anymore. It's gone.
Yeah, that's fair.
I mean, you like the Captain America, like right on this the screen I'm looking at right now.
Yeah, the screen freeze of the trailer that's linked in the article is
That
Cap
is
in his
Captain
helmet.
America.
Yeah.
You might as well put I don't know where his wings are. I can't see the wings, but they're probably still there.
I think so. I think they were like embossed on the sides of his head before.
Yeah. All right, that's it.
That's it for the news this evening. So now we're on to the good stuff. The three fine gentlemen who have so graciously joined us this evening. Yay!
Get lumped in with that.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys are press start to join. So what do you guys do?
What is press start to join for our listeners and viewers out there?
Well, we started out podcasting, and the hope was to get anyone who listened that wanted a word in to be able to just show up. Sort of, they press start to join. And we do our best to have all different sorts of guests. We did our first international one on Skype.
Awesome.
And mostly it's like, hey, you've never met us before, but come over to our house where there's going to be 3 men who promise to be safe.
There's a woman and a cat too, so there's a promise of safety there.
The cat's the one that diffuses the tension.
Yeah, she's a little ragdoll.
The door to the white panel van opens. It's all right. We've got kitty cats. Come on in.
Cats and microphones. Come on in. We won't bite.
We are doing a podcast, I swear.
Something like that.
And yeah, we have local people, like we've met gamers and podcasts and cosplayers. It's just, great way to chat with people. Random stuff happens.
And so now, when did it start? When did it become a thing? I mean, I guess, how do you guys know each other? How did you meet? How did you, hanging out one night and it was like, all right, let's record our conversation and turn it into a podcast. Where did it all percolate and stem from?
Well, Alan and I know each other from high school. And we've always sort of just been like,
bullshitting back and forth.
Yeah. And I met Mike at Nate and then sort of just clicked in like a puzzle piece. And sometimes when we stand around, we would just start talking and laughing, and then people would slowly start showing up and like just wanting to just be a part of the conversation, not add anything, just like be witnessing it.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm like, why aren't we recording this?
Record it and sell it somehow. We've got half of that figured out.
Yeah.
And from there we ended up branching from podcasts into kind of a Let's Play channel as well on YouTube, recording gameplay and talking over that.
So what kind of games do you guys typically play on your channel?
Yeah, anything pretty much. So far they've been all fairly modern just because we only have HDMI capture. But once we get an up converter so that we can plug older systems in, it's going to be pretty much anything we have.
Yeah. I got a Sega Master System I'd love to do like a quick series on because I've got like 15, 20 games and they're all terrible.
And my wife's been hounding us to play Billy Hatcher and the Giant Egg at some point.
Nice.
Then we've played, let's see, right now we're running Yoshi's Woolly World, Portal 2, and Helldivers. And then we've done Diablo 3, we've done Little Big Planet, just kind of all over the map.
See what sticks.
This is for each of you. I guess we'll start Michael, then Josh, then Alan. In the process of playing stuff for your channel, what's the favorite thing that you've played?
That's tough. I'd have to say Earth Defense Force 2025.
That is fun.
I like it because it's basically the best B movie you've never played.
Yes.
The Earth's under attack by a bunch of giant insects, and it's your job as the Earth Defense Force to repel the invaders from outer space. It's surprisingly enough, it's not a. It looks kind of bad, but it's a 360 generation third-person shooter, and it's got some of the goofiest mechanics ever. Unlimited ammunition because there's so many things on screen at once. I mean, the main bad guys are giant ants. The whole game is just a schlock. And
it sounds like the video
cheese.
game version of Starship Troopers.
Exactly.
Yup.
That's amazing. How about you, Josh? What's the favorite thing that you played on that channel and all of the stuff you've been playing?
I remember having a lot of fun with the Nintendo. It's like the collection of a bunch of remix.
NES
remix. Because it was just so random, and some of the games would be like hard for no reason, and then the next one's easy, so one person's just like having an easy time. But lately I've really liked Helldivers because we've been turning online on, so some random sucker gets put in our game, and then I end up shooting him in the back of the head with a grenade or something. And
Whoops.
with Helldivers, it's the added thing where everything you need falls from the sky from a rocket pod. Even your allies, if you revive them, they come from a rocket pod, so they can murder you on it when they come back. And just awesome. We've had a lot of close calls where someone's like incapacitated and crawling away, and you see the shadow start growing where it's about to hit the ground.
It's like no, yeah. Not like this.
And I think definitely Helldivers because of the online play. We have no way of communicating with this person. They just see we're all playing together and they're stuck with us. Yeah.
And how about you, Alan?
I think it's a tie between Nintendo Land and Yoshi's Woolly World, just because there's so much of a chance for chaos, and I love chaos. It's so much fun. Like if anybody watching has been keeping up with the Yoshi's Woolly World playthrough, some stuff goes down. Sorry, that's it's not made for co-op, so you can really abuse the game. And there's some areas that if there's two people, they'll just interfere with each other and die.
Using your friends as a projectile is also not exactly the most civilized use of the game.
Well, the game's totally not meant for it at all. So if you have a friend, you always have at least one perfect ammo for shooting at things. So you have like no yarn management at all to worry about, and yeah.
And it picks whoever's in control of the screen seemingly at random, or if it would kill someone. Like Alan had a perk where if he fell into a pit, he wouldn't die. But whenever he did fall, I had screen control, so he would screen out and die.
Yeah, and screen out is super sensitive too.
Yeah, awesome. It is fun.
Yeah, no, that game looks amazing. I don't have a Wii U, so it's always
Yeah.
I know people like Ryan has a Wii U.
Yes, Ryan has Wii U.
We have one.
I need to just come over and just play your games. That's all.
Yeah, I'm down for that. Set up the capture.
Yep. You guys also I know Michael. You do quite a bit of cosplay, right?
I do indeed, yes.
Tell me a little bit about some of the stuff that you do for cosplay.
Well, right now I'm mostly Halo. Not really surprising considering it's kind of like my jam, I guess. I've got a Master Chief that I just finished this previous year, and I've got an Orbital Drop Shock Trooper that's ODST for everyone else. And lately I've kind of gotten into just sort of experimenting with EVA foam and moving away from a lot of things like pep guns and other files and stuff like that, because I want to start making stuff on my own from scratch. Yep. And moving away from the pre-made template kind of stuff.
That's awesome. So how long does it take you to typically put together a full costume then?
Okay, for my ODST, it was my first, and I did it the dumb way. I did it out of Pepakura, and Bondo, auto body filler, and fiberglass, and that took me, because you can't work in Canada in the winter on it without a heated garage, about a year and a half. And then my Chief, it was, there's a lot of slacking going on during the summer because my job kind of takes over everything. 8-hour, or 6-hour days turn into 9 and 10. It took me just shy of 10 months. I didn't really chart my hours on it, but as an example, my helmet, which is usually the centerpiece of most of my rigs because that's where most people look right away, is they look at the face. Yeah. My Chief helmet was 52 hours of work.
Jeez.
Wow.
That's amazing.
So, what are some of the stuff that you aside from the channel? You guys do the podcast. You guys do the channel. What else do you guys do? Do you guys do anything else, or is it just?
Well, yeah. We've sort of added to the podcasting area something we call BSD20, which has been getting more popular, and we should probably make it its own series and make it regular.
But it's hard.
Where instead of an actual D&D setup, just Alan has a D20, and I don't arbitrarily chooses if the die rolls are going to work out for us or not.
It's improv fantasy roleplay, basically.
Yeah.
And they'll say what they want to do, and I'll roll the d20, and a 10 is, yeah, okay, it happens. A 20 is, holy crap, it happened. And a 1 is like, it didn't work.
No.
And I edit the episodes, and I really upped the production on those. So there's like sound effects, and there's more music stings that are like our podcast has music, but it's just sort of like in the background. Well, the music is definitely what the situation is, and it takes my editing from about an hour PS2J can take 2 hours to edit if I'm taking my time. But BSD20, like, I can spend 3 hours easy because I want like sound effects for everything.
It's like when I go to edit. Like I do a lot of like conventions and stuff.
Yeah,
like
when we do our out and about shooting on the scenes of events and stuff like that, and the clips you edit together for the YouTube channel.
I used to do a lot of interviews off-site, and like I can tell you, this is way better for time. I'll have it done by the end of the night in podcast form, which is awesome and so much better. But I used to take days sometimes on one video just to get it cut down from what I had to what I need to actually...
What you want it to be. Yeah.
Oh, man. What a pain.
But, I mean, to that end, the clips always look awesome.
Well, some of them some of them aren't that great.
You're more picky than I am. I don't do any of the work. I'm a complete Luddite when it comes to technology. So you post them and I'm like, wow, these are amazing.
Yeah. So those are the times when I actually pull out the Mac.
Mm.
That's the few times.
Right, because you've got all your sweet editing software on there.
Yeah. I started doing a rewind where we do the last 13 episodes and all the highlights and the big laughs, or like whatever's the most interesting from each episode. And the problem is 13 hours minimum listening time. So there's a bit of skipping involved.
You're like, I think it was here somewhere.
Yeah.
This happened, and then this happened. It should be right around here.
Just look for where the audio max is out, because that's where we're all laughing like idiots. And I've made a nice little thing for YouTube where everything has an annotation and they can jump right to the episode.
Nice.
And I'm working on the second one, but it will probably have enough for a third one by the time I'm done that.
So you guys do a lot of stuff on YouTube itself. Do you guys do anything on Twitch at all?
Little.
Occasional streams, but those are just off the cuff whenever we feel like it. Nothing together or official.
Not yet, yeah.
You guys don't go with the YouTube streaming at all, or?
My internet's not good enough. I can't even play Battlefront. I get one game and then I lose connection to servers. It's not worth it.
My Xbox Live connection's kind of like so-so, but I live in a house with 3 people, so at any given time there's usually like 5 devices running.
Mm.
All Netflix.
And both my roommates will be on their mobile devices doing something while Netflix is running. It's like, guys, I'm trying to play Halo right now, and I got Rubber Band going on. Can we get like one of these things down? And they're like, nah. Get back down in your hole.
And I have awesome internet, but when I'm not editing videos, I'm being lazy and watching Daredevil and reading. So,
so I'm curious on sort of what everyone's roles are in your little organization. So Michael, what is your sort of role for Press Start to Join?
This is where I get a little embarrassed because I'm not exactly like, I don't do the technical stuff like these guys. I'm basically a coordinator. I look for places to go, people to talk to, that kind of stuff. I pull in guests. I got us into the Halo 5 midnight launch, the Battlefront midnight launch over at the Microsoft Store, and I'm currently working on a couple of other events with the social coordinator over at MS to try and pull us back in for a couple other things. One of them's coming up in June. And
awesome.
Then from there...
Don't undersell yourself.
Yeah,
that description right there, sir, is the executive producer. There you go.
That is a very important job.
And we got a project for Mike that'll keep him more busy. He's coming up soon.
Mm-hmm. Secret project. No,
Yeah.
you already know about it.
Oh yeah, okay, good. It's the other thing, right?
Yeah, exactly.
So now, I mean, I guess, speaking of sourcing guests, I guess 2 questions. How many episodes are you guys up to now? And in all of the episodes you've done, what have been some of the most memorable guests, episodes, etc. that you've had or done, or places you've visited, people you've talked to?
Mm-hmm.
Let's go the opposite way this time. Alan first. Yeah. And Josh.
Yeah, I'll let Josh speak to how many episodes, because he actually knows the numbers of the 2 different formats we ended up with. But I think favorite guest probably would be Roland the Jedi, just because it was so cool to talk to someone who's in an officially sanctioned cosplay guild for Lucasfilm.
Nice.
And just like all the charity events they do, and the lightsaber dueling, and it was a very cool experience talking to him and getting to ask him questions.
Mm-hmm. And you? Josh.
Oh, so to answer the first question,
Yeah.
we released our very first podcast October 23rd in 2012, and it ran very infrequently, and we sort of ended that run February 17th, 2015, and we only had 10 episodes.
But they were huge.
So
They were
from
long, though.
2012,
They were 3-parter.
you had 10 episodes?
Yeah, it wasn't good. But July 1st, 2015, we buckled down, and we've been releasing consecutive episodes pretty much every weekend, and we're up to 35 now.
Nice.
That's the way to do it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, our last one was actually really good. It's about encryption and quite
All the
topical
Apple stuff.
Yeah.
Nice.
And I really liked, we did a nice one for the Pokemon anniversary.
Yep.
We had
Free Pokemon Day?
the most guests we've had on an episode yet. We had the 3 of us, and then Veronica, who's been on a few times, and then Joe and Dana, who are Joe's Alan's wife and Dana's my wife. So we had like a full table with microphones, just hopefully picking up everyone.
That's awesome.
Yeah, that was probably my most fun episode, because it was just everyone sort of sharing Pokemon stories. It was busy.
And you, Michael? What's your favorite?
Alan took my answer.
Oh.
That's fine.
Runner up.
Roland was awesome.
I have to say my missus, my girlfriend.
Scoring points.
Yeah, that's the way to
No,
do it.
I like listening to her scrutinize my choices of things like X-Men.
Oh yeah. Cable? Really? Check out the highlights. I put all those scrutinizations in there.
That's awesome.
And
He's
actually,
really
we'll
not a
go.
fan of Wolverine.
Not a
No.
fan of what?
Wolverine.
Oh no.
We just had Wolverine on our show.
Yeah, Canadian
cool.
Wolverine,
Canadian Wolverine on
the
it.
cosplayer.
I know of him.
Dale?
He exists around. Yep.
So anyways,
Yeah, sorry. I realized with my question, I cut off Dan's previous question. We didn't get Alan and Josh a chance to sort of talk a bit about what they do. For
Oh,
Press
right.
Joy.
so Alan, what was your sort of roles?
Mainly, I'm the video editor. I do all the gaming videos, all the edits, all the tweaks. If you see anything that's not just pure gameplay on YouTube, that's something that I threw in there. Josh started doing the video editing, but I've been doing everything for the past year-ish, I think.
That sounds about right.
I tried doing everything, and I had to have that moment where I have to learn to ask for help.
That is very key to anything. I've learned over the years that you can't do everything. So I have people like Chelsea, and I have people like my wife who do the producing, and other people who, like Kelly from the Nerd List. He sends us a lot of information for our events that are happening around the city. There's just so many people who are, take part in the Northern Nerd that you have to. You can't take it all on yourself. It's just too much. And then you also end up stringing yourself out too much.
Yep.
And that happens. So it's always good to rely on other people.
when I was trying to do both, I was sacrificing editing gameplay for podcasts, and then a podcast would need to be uploaded, then gameplay would fall behind.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I was just standing on Alan's step. I'm like, Alan, I need help.
See, my issue is I started like giving away parts of the show to other people, and then I'm like, do you know what? I have free time. I'll be a GM for
Star Wars
For Star Wars-
the Empire.
yes, for a Star Wars RPG.
Yeah.
It'll be great. I'll have tons of time.
And then, besides video editing,
Yeah, but wait, pull again. It's great.
besides video editing, I'm also kind of the technical guy. It's my laptop. We always record in my house and just getting everything working together, which was interesting when we got Yetis because they don't like to work together.
They like to fight each other.
On a Mac, yes, they literally fight each other. If you plug a second one in, it'll just take over. It won't record in addition to.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Sorry, Josh, what's sort of your roles?
I edit the podcasts, and I did one video recently, where me and another Edmonton gamer that goes by Kurion or Kuribro.
Yep.
We play with him quite a bit. He and I played Cho'Gall on Heroes of the Storm. So I edited that one up, and basically if I do video editing, it'll be like pet projects that I want to get done a specific way. And I do PS2J's I like doing the podcast. I do all the audio stuff. I like figuring out how to work compression and dynamics processing. Got the site set up. Been writing gaming reviews. I run our Instagram, and I like to tweet. I like doing it all. So it's
And see, now I'm feeling guilty for not doing more.
You should do more. No, it's kidding.
Oh.
we got a WordPress template, so building the site wasn't a problem. Just had to make it the colors we wanted.
Mm-hmm.
That's the way to do it.
It seems like, though, everybody, like you were saying, when you all got together and kind of met, that it, everything kind of clicked fairly well, and it seems like everybody has their strengths in the group that they sort of naturally play to, and everybody has something that they're good at that sort of naturally falls to them, which is kind of how it's worked out for us too, eh? It's nice when you can, find like-minded people that, working together, sort of that flow happens naturally. That's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Well, I'm so glad you guys came on to the show tonight. We got to sort of wrap it up a little bit, but do we have any final questions?
Any new video games coming out that you were looking forward to, and any sort of, without spoiling too much, guests or events that you have lined up that you're looking forward to having on the podcast?
Video games wise, I think I'm the most excited for Miitomo, to be honest. It's that Nintendo social app with Miis. It's kind of a pseudo game.
That sounds awesome, actually.
It does sound really awesome, and I keep sitting there like refreshing the page twice a day, waiting for it to come out in North America.
Is it out yet? No. Is it out yet?
Yeah. And I'm like, I can get it from the Japanese store, but then I'd have to delete it and re-download it from the Canadian store, and I wouldn't keep my progress, and just...
You, Josh?
Oh, I don't even know what's coming out in games. I'm pretty bad. I've been just sort of buried in Stardew Valley, and when I got a new phone recently, and I told my wife I'd download Neko Atsume, and I've been collecting cats like there's no tomorrow. It's probably the best cell phone game because you just sort of leave food and then come back whenever you want, and you get as much out of it as you put into it.
You attract cats to your backyard.
Yeah, you can't pet them. You just look at them, take pictures of their little cat butts.
Oh, yes, cat butts.
Yeah.
How about you, Michael?
Mirror's Edge Catalyst.
So
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Contest. I loved Mirror's Edge back when it first came out. What was that, like 2009? Jesus.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that is a long time ago. And DICE moved on to whatever else EA just kind of shoehorned them into, which I think was Battlefield 3, 4, and whatever else they wanted them on. Battlefront, I guess. But, like, it's the game I wanted a sequel to for the longest time. I like the fact that DICE did something innovative, new, and truly first-person, with all the really hardcore animations and the fact that your body actually carries weight with the momentum running system. And I'm really excited to see where they go with the sequel.
That'd be awesome. Now, is there any special guests that are coming up? I'll ask Michael because.
We have a couple of people that have put in from the Edmonton cosplay community, but we're hoping to kind of nail down a couple of other people from elsewhere around, like other gamers. So I'm going to actually appeal to some guys maybe on some local nerd channels here and see what we can wrangle up for some local video gaming talent besides our friend Caribro.
Actually, if anyone watching wants to be on the show, you go to ps2jshow.com. We've got a guest questionnaire. Fill that on out, and we'll contact you.
Our next guest could be you.
That's our
You could be the next player 4.
That's awesome. Okay, and I just want to quickly before we go, I want to know where to find you guys on the web.
Yes, tell us and our lovely listeners and viewers where can they find you, see you, watch you, all the good stuff.
All our episodes stream from ps2jshow.com. You can get our back catalog. It's not available on iTunes. Well, I don't know if you want to listen to it anyways, but and there's like our game reviews come up there. Facebook.com/ps2jshow. All our links will bounce there, and same with our Twitter @ps2jshow, and at the same @ps2jshow, we're on Instagram. And I like to think I keep Instagram pretty interesting.
And of course, youtube.com/ps2jshow for the gaming videos. And for the occasional Twitch stream, we changed it up a little. It's just twitch.com/ps2j.
Awesome. All right, so before we leave, I'd like to tell everybody about some of the events that are coming up in the next little while. We have Zoe's Animal Rescue, and that is happening at Variant Edition on
April 10th.
April 10th. And you can buy tickets right now at tilt.com. There's a link on our I think it's on our website.
It's not on our Facebook page yet, but it can be.
It will be on the Facebook page. But on our website, if you go to upcoming events on April 10th, you will find the link to go and buy a ticket to this thing.
Games with Cats.
Yes, it's Games with Cats, and it's at Variant Edition, and so it's in support of Zoe's Animal Rescue.
April 10th, noon to 4.
Yep.
Come play some board games, have some beverages, and pet some kitty cats.
Yeah.
What more could you want?
That's pretty awesome.
I
But
do like the sound of that.
there's also another board gaming event that is happening also on the same weekend, which is kind of in conflict with each other, I guess. But anyways, if you don't want to go to because you got severe allergies, let's say.
Yes, if you love cats but can't be around them because their dander
and you also love board
sneeze
gaming
like a maniac, but you want to get some board gaming in.
There's Godfest that is happening right now. Well, not right now, but it's on April 9th and 10th. And you can go to our Facebook event page again, and you guys can find that. Registration is open for that event, so go and check them out.
It's always a super fun time.
Yes.
All the board games.
Yes.
All of them. All of them.
All board games.
Yes.
Is it all?
And on the next week's Nerdcast, we actually have Godfest
coming to
on.
join us.
Yes. So they are going to be on our show next week, so come and check that out. And don't forget to come and listen to us live. We do this every Monday night, right on our YouTube channel. You guys can find us. We put up links on Twitter and Facebook so that you guys can quickly find us. So you guys can follow us on Twitter. You guys can follow us on Facebook. And you can do that by going to youtube.com/Northern Nerd Network, and that's where we have our YouTube channel. Facebook.com/Northern Nerd, or we're on Twitter at Northern_Nerd.
And what's our website address, Dan?
The
to the beautiful website that you made?
That is at northernnerdnetwork.com. And that's it.
All the internet. Find us everywhere.
Yes, we're all over the webs. All over the webs.
But yeah, I think that's about it for this evening. Thank you so much to Michael and Josh and Alan for chatting
thanks
with
for
us.
having us.
We always love having fellow nerds come and hang out, chat with us.
Yes.
It's always a pleasure.
It's a lot of fun.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having us on.
Yeah, this is an awesome experience.
And I'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye.